Hi Virgo, welcome. I'm Joy and this is Taurus Tarot, and we are getting an energy reading for you, Virgo. So our energy readings are really just kind of like, really what I do is I ask Spirit to inform me of the message that needs to be communicated to Virgo right now. And it's just a way to, like, doing it by the signs is just kind of a way to narrow it down a little bit, because otherwise sometimes the message is really too broad. However, there are things that come through that are really meant for everyone, and not just a particular sign. But this kind of allows it to be a little bit more specific to you. Yeah. So anyway, during the pre-shuffle, I just kind of let the things come through, and some of the things that was coming through was a vision of a long windy road, and what was coming through was that it's about the journey, it's not about the destination, and that sometimes the road is long, and sometimes things do take a while, but to be steadfast, to hold strong, because it's important to really just enjoy the ride. Yeah. Okay. So, wow, some pretty amazing cards. So we do have the Nine of Wands, which is like the wounded warrior. Sorry about that glare. I don't know what's going on with that. Let me just adjust a little bit. And then we have the Ace of Wands. We have the High Priestess, Temperance, and the Four of Wands. Yeah, so this is I don't know, so I'm kind of feeling like you're already really understanding that it is about the journey. It is not about the destination. And this being the first card to come out, it just tells me that you may have been in this energy, you may still currently be in this energy, but what is coming forth afterwards are some really great things, right? So the Nine of Wands is like the wounded warrior, sort of. Yeah, there's there's a lot of experience behind this guy here. He's definitely been through some things, and some definitely challenging things that have really opened his eyes up to different perspectives, and I think sometimes we can understand things on a very mental or intellectual level, but we can also understand things on a very experiential level. So, like, through experience, and they're not always the same. And sometimes when you understand it intellectually and through experience, it just kind of gives you a broader view. However, it's important to remember that just because that was your experience doesn't mean that it is going to be the same experience for other people. And it's important to remember that, because I think that sometimes we have a tendency to think that if we experience something in a certain way, that that is the way it is, right? Because we experienced it that way. But that is not always the case. There is always everything that happened before us, it moves forward with us, right? So everything that's happened in our past, all of our previous experiences, they all work to form the framework within our mind, right? And that's the framework through which we experience things, and we understand those experiences. And so someone who has had very different experiences than you may experience the same exact situation, something that you do together, you experience together. That other person may have a completely different understanding of what happened or what that experience was, because of all the experience that moved forward with them up into that present moment. So I hope that makes sense to you. So this is you, and I'm really feeling that I just heard like went through the ringer. Like, so maybe there was something that was really challenging for you, but you've come out of it. Um, or it could also possibly be that there have been some experiences in your past that you haven't really reconciled, that you have, that have been very painful for you, and you've never really done the healing of it, right? And so you continue to carry it, you continue to move it forward with you. It continues to color your perspective, and not necessarily in a way that serves you. Yeah. So, for example, if you've had, you know, a relationship where perhaps your partner was unfaithful, and you haven't, you know, you continue to carry that with you, and if you haven't healed it, then when you are moving into a new relationship and that is being carried forward with you, then it's definitely gonna affect you in probably not the most positive ways, and not in ways that don't necessarily serve your best interest, right? So, for example, you know, being mistrustful or being paranoid or being, you know, whatever, feeling insecure about a relationship because of that past experience. So you know, so it's really important to take a look at previous experiences, and understand how you may or may not be holding on to them because of some healing you may or may have not done, and understand how it is, you know, coloring your perspective currently, and how it is really, you know, serving or not serving you in this moment. Yeah. So that's what's happening here. But I really am getting that it's something that you're coming out of. I really am getting that. So maybe you did do that work of already analyzing whatever it was in the past that happened in the past that you've been holding on to, and that you've been moving forward with you in that way. And because the reason I say that you've moved out of that is because there are some seriously positive cards here, right? So we have the Ace of Wands. You know, the aces are like, you know, number ones, right? They come after that full 0 point energy of infinite possibilities. And so this one is saying that the direction that you are really being moved in is a direction that is very inspiring. It's something, so there's some energy coming in for you that is really like getting you really excited and really like I was gonna say anxious, but it's not anxious. It's definitely an excitement. Maybe there's some nervousness in it for sure, because I feel like it's something that possibly you may not have felt in a long time, or, and I just heard, did not allow yourself to feel. But there's definitely some excitement about something that is coming in for you. And so, you know, next to the Ace of Wands, we have the High Priestess. And so, I mean, this is, I just heard magic. And so I'm really feeling like this is, you know, because the High Priestess is the magician's counterpart, right? And the magician is all about the law of attraction and making, you know, bringing things into reality for yourself. And if she's his counterpart, then, you know, she's definitely got that skill as well. But she's also very intuitive, the High Priestess. Yeah, she's very magical, but also like very intuitive. So I'm feeling like perhaps it's even like a soft awakening. I just heard. So not like this huge light turning on for you, like a huge aha moment, but more of like a more subtle realization of your power as the High Priestess, of getting in touch with your intuition, and understanding the power of, you know, that you actually have when you are able to tap into your intuition, when you're able to tap into the collective, right? When you're able to definitely like tap into that quantum field where, you know, where all possibilities exist. Yeah. And this card is really speaking to me of definitely of very exciting possibilities that are all available to you, and it's almost as if you just kind of have to choose one and go with it, and you know, and maybe that's where the little bit of anxiousness is coming from too. It's like, which one do you choose, you know, like you have all of this manifesting energy that is really exciting, but there's like all these things that are coming through, and it's about finding the one that is going to you know, be the best one, sort of, right? But don't fret, because whichever way you choose to go with this energy, it's going to be good for you. It's going to be good for you, because the universe always has your back, always. Okay. And so actually, so here's the Temperance, right? And this card really is about balance. One foot in the water, one foot on land. And so so it's just further emphasizing, you know, not to be anxious about this new energy that you're feeling, that to kind of keep things in check for yourself, and understand, really fully understand that when you're following your passion, you can't go wrong. You can't. You may experience you know, setbacks, even you know, possibly complete failures, but that's all part of the process, right? That's all part of the journey, right? Back to that road that you know, I was seeing earlier. You know, setbacks and even failures are really part of the journey. They teach very, very valuable lessons, so that, you know, and perhaps that wasn't the right thing for you, right? And so, but you learn so much from it that it has prepared you to actually be on the right road, right? To be working towards the thing that actually was meant for you, right? Whereas if you would have started off on that road in the first place, you didn't have the knowledge and the skills that you needed to be successful with that thing that was actually right for you. And so you needed a different path to be challenged with, and even to fail on, in order to teach you the valuable lessons to use on the path that you were actually meant to be on. Yeah. So this card is really saying, keep it all in check, right? Keep it all in perspective. Do not let you know, challenges or setbacks or even failures deter you. Stay in balance, stay knowing your divinity. Yeah. So the Temperance, this angel here, she's absolutely divine. You know, she's got her angel's wings, she's got the light, you know, radiating off of her crown, or, and so, you know, she knows her divinity, and that's basically what this is saying. Like, do not fret, do not lose focus. You know, remain in this place of knowing your divinity, knowing your worth. Okay. And ultimately that is going to bring you just, I heard bliss, and I know this is not necessarily a bliss card. This is like a foundation card, right? The 4 pillars are like the 4 walls in a house. You know, they're like the foundation for building. They're secure. You know, and that's really what that's gonna bring you. You know, like being in touch with your higher self, and staying in balance with source, and realizing your divinity and following your passion. I mean, if that is the energy that you are in right now, that is amazing. That is like the most incredible place to be. I want to be there. And if it's not where you are at this moment, if you're kind of still wrapping up the wounded warrior energy, just know that this is what is coming for you, and this is exciting. This is really exciting. I mean, these are major arcana cards, right? The Temperance, the High Priestess, and then of course the Aces. The Aces are always awesome. So this is an incredible energy right here, and it is bringing for you some real stability and balance. Yeah, so that's awesome, Virgo. I'm excited for you. That's man, how exciting. Okay, so that is what it is. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe. And yeah, have an awesome, wonderful day. Aloha and namaste.